Hi, everybody. It's your favorite girl, Elena, here to play your favorite water witch, Remi.
Hi, guys. My name is Kyle. I play Oswald.
Hi, I'm Britton, and I play Michael.
Hi, I'm Allie. I play River, and I will also be your game goddess. Let's get this show started. Hi, guys. This is Allie. So as you guys know, we use a program called Zencastr to record all of our things. So Britton downloaded his tracks separately so we could try and get his audio, and it's still only giving me 18 seconds of his audio for the part 1 of this thing. So I'm going to give you guys a brief overview, and I'm just going to push you guys into part 2 because all of his audio is there. I'm really sorry. That's the best I can do. We had to skip the week before because of this issue. Again, I'm really sorry. We weren't expecting this to happen, and we don't have time to re-record, and I don't want to spend another week of you guys not getting any content. So I'm just going to get into it really fast. So basically the team went from Anchorage over to Elysium. When they got into Elysium, they found that it was very naturey. It was very much like you can't mess with the ecosystem or biomes of within Elysium. Elysium's huge, by the way. It borders, it has the dot. If you guys go to dicedropblog.com, it has a dot around South Dakota, but it goes within a bunch of other states. So Elysium basically is where all the food sources come from in the SCSC, and everything is organically made. There's no bad chemical processes. There's just more and more makings up of a cleaner, healthier food society with no GMOs, no chemicals. They have their own weather system, which keeps everything so succinct and clear. So before they were able to get in, by they I mean the team, before they were able to get into Elysium, they had to do a full sanitation check. How they got into Elysium was basically Remi rambled for a little bit and then said, "Oh yeah, River and I are heiresses to an entire thing now," and realized that that was basically the puzzle she had to figure out to get into the actual city itself. They chose to go into a giant treehouse as their hideaway area. The treehouse has just a bunch of just the treehouse is like any other house, but if you ever seen those bougie tree houses on HGTV or anything like that, it's basically like that. So it's a house within a tree, but it's very well accommodated and stuff like that. Yeah. Oswald spent the last, I think, this episode just figuring out how to cook because for some reason all of them got into their brain that this was a vegan vegetarian area, even though I told them that they sustainably had grass-fed animals and farm animals on the northern side of Elysium. They're my chaos demons. I can't help that. I believe where we're going to come into is when they are in the treehouse. I'm not 100% sure what's going on, but you'll find out. Oh, Hood and Rodney are in Elysium with them. I know that for a fact. They are in Elysium with them now. Yeah, I think that was pretty much it. If I missed anything else, I'm sorry. again, so sorry about this, guys. Not anyone's fault. We did try contacting Zencaster, and their troubleshooting did not work. So, yeah. Yeah, so enjoy the episode. I'm gonna keep saying sorry. Bye. No, that's why I was, oh no.
Zoe, you changed your name too.
I did.
Look at what I changed mine to.
I hate both of you so much. Okay, anyways, Michael, you go into the beehive to see Remi. What the fuck is going on in there?
Michael is going to like start singing along. Whatever the fuck she's singing. And
So this is a Disney movie now.
Okay.
I'm just humming to myself.
Have you seen Frozen 2? Is this Frozen 2?
I'm just humming to myself. I'm just like, ha, 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 like just enjoying my time with the bees.
Okay, but low-key, Frozen 2 is actually a pretty good movie.
Frozen 2 is better than Frozen 1. There, I said it.
I fully agree.
I had to fully skip Kristoff's boy band song because I couldn't do it.
Into the Woods was such a good song. I'm lost in the woods.
It gave me secondhand embarrassment. I couldn't watch
Really?
it.
Oh, it was so good.
Gave you secondhand embarrassment.
I mean, understandable, but like, oh, it was such a power move.
It really was. Like, I'm really glad that they went with that instead of just typical Disney song.
I'm glad that it was a boy feeling his feelings song.
Yeah, exactly. Men have feelings too.
All right. So what's going on in this? You guys RP.
I'm humming to myself, and I'm spending time with the bees, and I'm enjoying myself. I'm the happiest I have ever been in my entire life.
Michael will walk up to Remi and say, "So is this better than chickens?"
And I look at him, and I just go, I am still upset by the fact that I do not have a pet chicken, but yes, this is 100% better than chickens.
Cool. And he says, well, I guess I'm sorry for that. I don't know. And tries to wrap you in a hug because he has no idea.
I take said hug, but as like, if camera on Remi's face, she is, as I rolled before, a 7. She is beet red.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to hug.
I'm like, no, it's okay. And I'm just, I turn quickly around so he can't see how red I am. And I'm just like, I appreciate the bees.
Are you okay?
Yep, fine.
Well, you turned around rather quickly.
I thought I saw a cool butterfly.
In a bee farm?
Yes. There can be butterflies in a bee farm.
I haven't seen any, but all right.
They're pollinators too. Just get really awkward.
That makes a lot of sense.
I will say there are like butterfly bushes and like a bunch of flowers everywhere, and it is for butterflies and dragonflies and like any other pollinator there is that they're there. So there's ladybugs too. Yeah. It's fun. It's cute.
Okay. So I was thinking, do you want to make me and you like official?
And I turn to him and I'm just like, what?
Like,
I'm like, are you trying to talk about sex, butter? Because this is not the time.
I'm not trying to talk about sex. I don't even want to know what sex butter is yet.
It's a conversation to have, to be honest.
I mean, like, boyfriend, girlfriend.
Wow.
He's turning bright red too, and he's like, I don't know what to do. Hopefully this works.
Oswald over there with a successful relationship because he mentioned shoulder blades.
He's just watching this display and he's like just shaking his head. And
Oswald's
then
not watching shit. He's digging.
Okay.
Are we at the Airbnb right now?
yes.
He's digging through the fridge.
Okay. Remi is like turns around, visibly beat red, and she just is just like like for the first time in her life, speechless. And then she sees the car that I'm guessing Hood and Rodney are in, and she's like, "Oh look, they're here!" Just scamper off. We might as well go greet them.
I might as well. And he's just gonna kind of like.
She hides behind it. She runs really quickly and hides behind a random tree.
Oswald is now making a sandwich.
I'm not going to say that I left to go pee real fast while that dumpster fire was happening, but I did leave to go pee real fast. I had 2 machos and my body was like, go. So yeah, actually the car does show up and it looks like all sparkly and clean from like the chemical and everything. And Rodney like sort of like parks the car, and can I get an awareness from anybody in the group? I'll have River do one also. I'll have River and Zach do one.
Sure. I would love it if I rolled a natural 1 in this moment.
I'll do one as well. Oh, we leveled up.
God damn it. I rolled a 19. I'm flustered right now.
I got an 18.
I got a 19 plus 4, so a 23.
I got a 23 as well.
Mine's just an 18 total.
Okay, so Remi, you can look into the car and see the guys' faces. Oswald can look into the car and see the guys' faces. Zach can look into the car and see the guys' faces. They all look so fucking stressed. They like touch like back straight. Definitely look like they need a massage. Definitely do not look like they slept the entire way here. Keep in mind their drive was longer than yours. Like they just like do not look prepared for this at all. I will say like if we're going to like do like a little backtrack of them like going to Elysium, where Hood is just like, what the fuck do I say to Remi? And Rodney looks at him and goes, what the fuck do you say to Remi? What the fuck do I say to your sister? And he goes, what? Why are we going? And he's just like, because your dad told us to go. This is your fault, Robin. Oh, don't you fucking Robin me, you piece of shit. Like, that was the entire ride.
Meanwhile, like, Remi and River are standing beside each other, and I'm like, what do we say to your brother?
River looks over at her and she goes, my brother isn't the issue with me. That's your issue.
And I looked at her and I go, what are you going to tell Rodney about Zach?
And when you say that, Zach, you can see Zach just like very cautiously looking at the car. He looks over at River and he smiles, and River goes, what are you doing? And he immediately puts River on his back like a piggyback ride, and he's just like, I'm going to flirt with you so hard to make him uncomfortable. And I'm just like, you are 6. Like that is how River is right now. Yeah, so like that, he basically just picked River up and is now just like having a good time in the treehouse, just running around with the River on his back. And that was the end of that conversation for you. River cannot be your emotional support. River in this. So after a while, the guys see that you guys are looking at them. Michael, do you want to listen in on what they're saying?
Yes, please.
I was about to say, the only person who's physically capable of listening into a conversation.
And I will go stand by Remi and give them a play-by-play.
So,
Remi turns beet red at the close proximity to Michael again.
So, basically in the car, they're going, oh God, they're staring at us. Why are they staring at us? Rodney, I don't want to be here anymore. He's like, what do you mean you don't want to fucking be
They're
here
uncomfortable
anymore?
with us They're uncomfortable with us staring at them. Let's continue to stare.
We literally fought the entire way here, Hood. We don't fight. What the fuck is going on? Dude, brah, man, I don't, I didn't think about the first conversation I'd have with my dad would be him scolding me. I'm going to be honest.
There's definitely sexual tension between these two.
Remi just kind of cracks a smile.
Oh, Jesus
And I
Christ.
lean over to River and I'm like, $20 says that Robin and Rodney are into each other.
They're
River's
just
not
being very
next to you.
secret about it. That's it.
Okay, then I lean over and I tell that to Michael, and I'm just like, $20, 20, what is our currency called here?
Credits.
20 credits says that they end up fucking.
I'll give you $20 if they kiss in front of us.
Can I roll to see how good the sandwich I just made is?
Yes.
Oh my god!
Do I have a
I know
modifier
the name
for
of
that?
this episode, Dumpster Fire.
Do I have a modifier for this or no?
No.
Okay, so just a flat roll. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Rolling for sandwich. That dice didn't even land. Oh, that's not a good sandwich. That's a
You
3.
saw a bunch of organic shit in the fridge and you're like, I don't know what to do with this. Let's figure it out.
Yeah, so I just kind of
Basically-
like threw shit together.
Oswald is basically at this point, he's like, well, I guess I'm on a hunger strike.
'Cause I did roll a 3, so that sandwich was not that good.
So Rodney goes, we need to get out. I'm pretty sure one of Michael's abilities is listening very, very keenly. He's probably
As
listening
Michael
to all
is
of this
staring
right now.
directly at them.
I'm going to mouth the words, I'm not listening at all, motherfucker.
You do the thing where you like move your hand on your neck.
By the way,
Hood.
Hood does not know, by the way, Michael, that you and Remi are a thing. I just need to make that
Oh.
like he has
We are
no
not
idea
a thing. We are just flirting. Thank you very much.
still.
I mean, at that point, I'm going to reach over to Remi and like grab the inside of her forearm.
Okay.
I jump.
He, like very softly goes, why is Michael holding Remi? All right.
I jump like a scared animal.
It's just me.
If I'm gonna roll to see if it's possible, I turn a deeper shade of red.
I mean, there was a lot of sexual
It
tension
is
of this.
possible. I rolled a 2.
So both the guys get out of the car and they're like, hey. And Rodney looks around and goes, where's River? And you just hear from behind is River just laughing maniacally. And you just hear like because Zach has electricity powers, he's literally just like running around the treehouse, and just every so often sparks happen for funsies off him, and River's laughing maniacally. Like River's having the time of her life.
I think that River's with Zach and they're talking about something. I don't know exactly.
He goes, talking with Zach. Okay. And Hood looks over at you, Michael, and goes, want to get your hands off Remi there?
Oh, this motherfucker. This guy.
I immediately I'm like, well, welcome back, everybody. I'm gonna go spend some more time with the bees. Bye. And
Do we really want to start up our
fast walk.
three?
I fast walk so fast out of there.
Hood, like, as soon as Remi leaves, Hood just sort of stares at you. Michael and walks up to you and goes, so what's going on there?
We hugged and stuff. I don't know.
Oswald makes a new sandwich.
This is the equivalent of Oswald eating popcorn.
Basically.
He's just
He's got no reason to interfere here. He's just messing around with all this new organic shit he's not used to.
Oswald's just trying so hard to get into the new food.
Can I roll for this sandwich?
Yes.
I'm rolling for this sandwich.
Guys, I didn't expect this episode to be so awkward.
It's glorious.
It's a 13 on that sandwich.
Guys, I am so sweaty right now.
What do I get for a 13?
It's an okay sandwich. You kind of know what goes on now, but it's not like the best.
I send a message to Shade and I'm like, I'm figuring this shit out, man. This is taking a while, but I'm getting there.
Shade messages you back. What the fuck is that?
It's a sandwich.
It's got like shredded carrots and shit on it.
Yeah, there's like absolutely none of it should go together.
Shade just sends you a cute photo of her in a bralette and goes, "This is for you. I miss you."
Oswald just likes the photo and doesn't respond because he's flustered.
He probably is also like, I'm about to watch a shitstorm happen. Text later with deeds.
And he's like, he's effectively using a lot of what's in the fridge, by the way, to make these sandwiches.
It's okay. You guys have enough money to go back to Whole Foods.
Okay.
That is true. We literally own the world.
Okay, so
There's nothing going on, Hood. Why don't you just go ask Remi?
Uh-oh.
He looks at you and he goes, "I think I will." And he goes, "What the fuck is the B room?" Like, that's how, like, he stops, turns around and says, "What the fuck is the B? Do not make me have this conversation in B suit." That's all I'm asking.
No, I imagine, like, can we, like, say that, like, because we're up in, like, the mushroom houses, right?
Sure, if that's
So,
what
like,
you want to
I
say.
imagine, could it be where, like, the B area is down, like, on the ground, like, ground level? So it's, like, flower gardens, all this other cool stuff.
Yeah, sure.
That's how I imagine it. Like, I wouldn't imagine that you wouldn't put it in the home.
So those mushroom buildings are actually supposed to be directly in the center of the city.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't really show pictures of like the hobbit holes and like the tree houses, but those and the other building is like mid city level. I wasn't expecting you guys to go outskirts of city, so I will give you new photos of that next time.
Okay.
But no, the like for the tree house, it's literally a huge fucking tree. Like, it's been growing there.
Like redwood style tree.
Yeah, and instead of a ladder, there's like that staircase that spirals around the trunk, and then it goes into the structure that is like in the center of the entire house is the giant tree bark, like that, like the giant tree trunk, like that is the center of the house. To the side of the sort of kitchen living space that's on the first floor, there was a little hive room that you just had, and the main beehive is on the outside of the structure, but you can go on the inside and just like get fresh honey, check on the bees, make sure everything is like
I imagine that's where I was the first time, like outside. Okay. Guys, I am literally covered in a sheath of sweat.
You said you were planning this for 2 weeks.
I know, and I am sweaty.
This is going to be fun. I'm ready for this.
I'm not.
So where exactly are you? Are you downstairs outside now?
I am downstairs outside. Like, Remi needed air. She feels very anxious. She's like, what do I do? Like, she's like talking to herself, but it's like she's talking to the bees of like, guys, what do I do? Like that kind of a situation.
So, you hear footsteps come down behind you because essentially he just like followed where you went, and he goes, "Remi,"
and I turn to him and I just go, "Robin."
Oh shit! Oh shit!
She
used his actual name. Oh shit! This is gonna get
government name.
Oh my gosh, my feet are literally sweating so badly.
He lifts his eyebrow when you said Robin.
Just like that, too. The way she says it.
Robin?
And he goes, what's going on with you and Michael?
I don't know, not much. What's going on with you and Rodney?
The voice crack.
It's my hand. I literally can't feel my skin. I'm so sorry.
You wanted this. This is I have your bucket list. Like,
I know, but I didn't expect it to happen so soon.
What do you mean? I gave you so much warning.
I know. It's just me because this is like it's just me because I
need to, no. Here's the thing. I need to make sure everybody listens, understands this.
I asked for this.
She asked for this.
I know.
This is not something I'm pushing on her. This is not something I'm forcing on her because that's what it makes it seem like that I'm forcing this situation on you. I did not. You wanted this.
Is just.
I have it in writing.
This is this is like Remi's physical reaction is to feel anxious, so I'm feeling really anxious.
I just need to make it clear to the listeners because I don't want people to be like, "You're a bad game goddess. You're forcing your players into shit."
No, I totally asked for this, guys. I'm just an awkward asshole.
This is why you don't make a character that's literally you.
I know.
Which all four of us did.
I was going to say, all of us did. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about? You've never had to have an awkward conversation in your life.
All conversations are awkward. What are you talking about?
I know.
He does. He just mitigates them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
So he looks at you and he goes, "That's my best friend. We've been best friends for forever. I don't know what you're asking."
Kind of seemed like y'all were fighting in the car.
Yeah, we had some stuff that we had to talk about. There was some stuff that we were kind of a little stressed about.
Okay.
So you're gonna tell me what's going on there? Because I thought you and I had a thing. Please tell me that's Remi laughing. I want to be Remi laughing so hard.
I think she kind of like lets that sound out, like she was like holding her breath, and she's kind of like, "I'm sorry, but in what universe were we ever a thing?"
Oh fuck!
I mean, we kind of were going that direction, and then you sort of changed gears after the whole Rockefeller situation, and then you never talked to me about it, so...
Remi is trying to contain herself because she's wanting to have an adult conversation. She goes,
Growth.
As far as I remember that situation going, it was a lot of you wanting to run away from the situation and then coming back and acting like nothing happened.
You don't really know what happened during that.
No, because you are so close-minded about everything that you're not willing to want to talk about things.
I didn't know you wanted to talk about it. You seemed really pissed, so I didn't want to bring it up and make you more mad.
It's because you left.
To be fair, it wasn't my first intentions to leave. I was sort of manipulated into that.
Yes, and when we came to get you, you clearly had the choice of wanting to leave or not. And it was the fact that you also came back kicking and screaming, looking like a child.
You don't know the whole story, Remi. And that's one thing that I have to say. You don't ask, you just assume. And you assume a lot.
And Remi just swallows her anger for the briefest moment, and she goes, I'm going to give you a certain amount of time in my head for you to explain yourself.
A certain amount of time. I will not give you that amount of time.
And I will not say anything during that amount of time. And I will tell you what I think upon what you have to say. And I want you to think real hard. And I want you to dig real deep.
He lets out a breath and goes, Zeus and Antoinette Rockefeller are not who you think they are.
Yeah, I know. They're a bunch of 12-year-olds.
How do you know that? He never gave you that information, ever.
Okay, who was the person that gave me that information that they were... Is that meta? Am I metagaming right now? Oh,
yes,
shit.
You are.
Okay,
because
so...
He gave that information to Adrena.
That's right. Okay, I got my characters confused. Okay, pretend I didn't say anything.
Okay. Yeah, so you don't fully know the situation. You don't know what I was sort of... So, the last time you saw me, when I was getting into that car, one, I was being manipulated. That wasn't my actual thoughts to get into that car with them. I was sort of forced in there because, I don't know if you noticed, Zeus and Antoinette kind of have mutant abilities. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
I'm just being quiet. I'm waiting for him to explain everything.
Zeus, when Antoinette sort of shoved me in there, Zeus has this emotion control power along with weaken resolve. So he used both of those on me, and I was sort of forced into the situation. Antoinette did have a crush on me, but you want to know something that nobody else really knows? That Antoinette and Zeus Rockefeller, one, not their real names. I need to make that clear. They're 12 years old. Zeus also has illusion powers, and Antoinette can shapeshift. So, yeah, there's a lot going on there. So I was basically babysitting these two 12-year-olds who think that they could run an entire production company. They know nothing about money. They know literally nothing. The reason I came back kicking and screaming was because there is literally no one watching them right now. I was the only one that was able to watch them. Their names are Piper and Peter, just not our Peter. Not the Dreamweaver one. It's Piper and Peter. And they decided to run away from home because their parents ran a pizza shop and they didn't like that. And that's the entire information that I got from that. And boy, did it take a lot for me to get out of them. So that's the whole story there. Is I was protecting some 12-year-olds so they didn't get themselves killed, because they're still trying to produce 12 movies within a year in the middle of a war.
Can I be listening in on this entire conversation?
Absolutely. 100%.
Uh-oh.
I ain't gonna say shit.
Oh, no.
I wanted to say something like, yeah, Oswald's definitely listening. No, but he's trying to perfect the organic sandwich right now. So.
Our poor fridge.
Can I roll for a third sandwich?
No. There's not enough in the fridge for a third sandwich because you keep making these horrible monstrosities.
Minimalist sandwich.
You're wasting food, which is something Elysium is not okay with.
No, but they don't know that I'm wasting it though because I'm throwing it into the snack void. So joke's on them.
Here comes the police.
I thought you said you weren't going to open the snack void here.
I said that I wasn't going to take anything out of the snack void.
Okay.
But also, Oswald's going to pop his head in and be like, hey, I'm running to the store. Do you guys need anything?
Oswald, we literally had a fully stacked fridge and pantry. How the fuck are you already?
I do not agree with that narrative. We never had a full anything. I'm going to the store. Text me if you want anything.
River's still in the back of Zach, and Rodney just goes, hey, River. And River goes, oh, hi, Rodney.
You see Pearl wrap herself around my wrist, and then Jira just kind of like walking alongside me as I walk to the store. I'm not even taking the car. I'm walking. I'm taking my time.
There's little flying golf carts if you want to use those.
I'm taking my time. I'm meandering.
Okay. Oswald's like, this doesn't involve me.
Exactly. This is not an Oswald episode.
There will be an Oswald episode soon where you do have to give all of the information that you have. And you have
fine.
Quite a lot of it.
That's fine. He's just going to the store right now.
And if you don't remember all of it, y'all are fucked. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, or fucked.
Oh no, if it isn't the consequences of my actions.
Oh no. Oh no.
Clary.
Okay, so back to
back to Awkward Town.
Yeah. So Hood's just like waiting for you to speak.
Your allotted time is up. Is there anything that you would like to add?
I literally just told you everything, Remi.
Damn.
Just fucking Brit.
I would like to say that Michael's in the communicator. You just hear, damn.
I turn off the communicator.
Doesn't matter. You can still hear you.
I know. She doesn't know the full extent of his powers, though.
That's right.
But she just looks at him and she goes, and yet you still think that everything's gonna go back to normal.
I don't think anything. I just thought we had something going on, and I obviously misread the room.
I don't know how to, argue what Remi's been telling me to argue because I was expecting this conversation to go completely differently.
How do you expect it to go?
I don't know. I didn't expect him to be like the fucking dude of I was doing it to protect a bunch of 12-year-olds. Can't call him an asshole because he was.
I literally
nice.
said that's what was going to
happen.
I
know. Remi just goes, at one point, I guess there was, but all we did was fight and argue and bicker.
Yeah, I thought we were going to have an enemies to lovers sort of situation. That's how I felt it going.
I give him the "Are you an idiot?" look. In what world does that actually work?
He looks at you only slightly.
In what universe does that work? I've been having to fight for my life, and yet it's. And she's attempting to not get angry because she told him she would not. She's just I don't understand how if everything that we were doing was so important to you that you wouldn't just bring the kids. Because clearly we do that with our group of people, that we're constantly bringing people in no matter who they are or what they've done. And yet you just sat there and no communication, not letting us know how you were or what was going on. You just let it happen.
After I learned of what they were, because it wasn't immediate. I just need to make that. It wasn't just like an hour later, oh fuck, they're kids. That's not how that worked. They were actually unshifted as I went to go wake them up one morning, and I saw that they were a bunch of 12-year-olds. And let me tell you my surprise. It wasn't something that just like magically happened. And also they do have enough money where they did grandfather me in on a contract to not only not say anything about them, so this conversation alone could probably get me in trouble, but to also do like 3 movies. So I was kind of fucked. NDAs you don't mess with.
I'm trying really hard here, Allie, but I can't really argue with him. I can't get the points across.
Drama.
I know, drama. I mean, what you did was kind, and yes, I see the points of it and everything, but still, you can have if they had the money to just get someone else, you could have just had someone else be hired.
But they wanted me. That was the thing. They didn't want anybody else. They wanted the blonde with muscles and a hero complex.
Literally, I could literally throw a rock and hit someone that is the exact same description you just gave me.
That's because we literally work in the field of people that are clones of me.
You got clones now?
Remi, you know what I meant.
And she takes us in and she's like, yes, but you are seeing it as a me. I'm doing this because I need to blah, 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 chauvinistic, chivalrous bullshit when you need to set those boundaries with yourself.
It's hard to set the boundaries with yourself when you're literally secretly grandfathered into something. So.
And she just rolls her eyes and she's just like... See, and this is why it wouldn't have worked, because it's the same damn argument over and over and over again, and it just loops around itself and gets twisted into a giant knot. And one of us is never going to see the other as the person where we are correct or the other is correct.
You know, I was put into the dreamscape.
Who isn't put into the dreamscape nowadays? I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. They said that it was a closed door policy. It seems like anyone can come in and go as they please.
Cut to Oswald getting jumped by Dreamweavers.
We told you not to use all the food!
Okay, so he sort of just like doesn't step back. It's kind of just like rocking on his heels a little bit. He goes, when I was put into the dreamscape, it seems our little prodigies got put somewhere else, and Rodney and I got put in different pockets. He told me about his pockets and my pockets, and apparently it was the same one. It was compared to the other ones who were in like a weird fantasy world, and Adrena was a princess, but I don't want to get into that. The fact is my dream, my full dream in the dreamscape was with you, as much as Rodney's was with River. But the thing is, when I had you in my dreamscape, you were everything I wanted you to be, and not what you actually are.
That was a bad line. That was a really bad line.
Oh, oof. Oof.
I'm just saying that dug you a hole, my friend. Good luck.
The fact that Brendan just saying good luck in like the most worst way.
He's saying it in ASMR tone, and I feel like he's just saying it to himself, and Oswald's probably like, what?
Oswald's getting food. Oswald's not a part of. He's just like
Oswald
pretty much
fully
River.
left. He's not even in the place anymore.
River at this point is basically just. River at this point is just basically in the house, and she's getting a play-by-play via like Michael, while Zach is just like cuddled up to her, and Rodney's just like standing around looking awkward. Like that's what's happening right now.
Zach's got his arm around River. And
He
just like
winks at
casually, casually looking back to look at Rodney the entire time. Every
He's
like
like,
5 seconds.
Can I please have this conversation with River now? And he's like, no, whatever you can say to the you can say to her, you can say to me.
Oh god. So he just
I want to know.
of,
I want to know. Wait, no, isn't it? It's her response now. After he said that awful line.
Oh, is it? No, I'm waiting for him to finish because, again, like I said, I told him that I would give him, when it was his turn to speak, I would let him speak.
I guess that's fair.
So he continues to talk about his time in the dreamscape. He goes, I think I dreamed up a dream version of you that wasn't actually like factually correct. And that's not saying that it's your fault. I feel like that was a me problem, and what I thought I was going to come back to after dealing with Antoinette and Zeus. And that was my fault, I guess, because you obviously don't feel the same way.
Does he have anything else that he would like to say?
He doesn't really. He's just waiting for you to say something.
He's not going to say the thing that Hellscape Remi said?
That's all he's going into.
Okay. So Remi takes us in and she says, and therein lies the problem. You said that it was a dream version of me and not the actual me. And maybe one point I had one of you too, but here's the thing. And she steps closer to him so that he really like gets this in his head. And she says, I have done a lot of things. I have killed a lot of people. And I mean, I don't know, like, I've been through a lot, and somehow I still have some kind of a sense of humor about it all. I've been kidnapped, I've been tortured, I've killed people to save my own life. And I guess that changes people and changes your perspective of things. But the thing is that when it comes down to it, you need to let that dream version go. Because I don't know about you, but I need, and she like is attempting to come up with the words. And she's like, I need someone who doesn't want the dream version. I want someone who is willing to literally walk through hell, is willing to walk through the most dangerous storm to get to me, and not because of some stupid hero complex. Not because of, oh, I need to save the princess, or I'm willing to do this and kill myself for you, but doing it for me. because I haven't had a lot of people choose me for me in my life ever. And she's slowly realizing things that is making her understand that Hood has never been that person for her and never will be. And she's like, and I'm sorry, but if you are going to think that way, and she like taps him, like she like touches his chest in like kind of like a gentle manner, and she's like, then you're not going to be good enough for me. And I'm sorry to have to say that.
He just sort of nods his head and goes, I truly hope you find that, Remi.
She sits for a second and then thanks, and she goes, I think I have. She says to him, I need to go, and then walks away.
Okay. He just like watches you walk away, and he goes like that, like breath of air just like releases from him. Very slightly, if like Michael's still listening in, by the way, you'll just hear him like slap his head on the bark and go, that was the worst thing that I've ever had to do in my life ever.
That was the worst thing he's ever had to do. I don't think he's really done much with his life.
Melodramatic boy.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. If you guys want to hear the conversation between Rodney and River, I could do that too, but it's not going to be pretty.
I mean, essentially, it's just like, you gaslit me. You made me feel like a horrible person. Now I'm with someone who makes me feel great. The end.
Yeah, essentially.
There you go. I played out that whole conversation in 30 seconds or less.
It was a lot of screaming. It was a lot more screaming and not as nice as the Hood and Remi one.
Well,
So this is what that would be. Like, you would just hear their screaming for, I shit you not, probably 45 minutes, and Zach would just be looking at everyone going, that's mine. Like, that's literally the...
I imagine that conversation was going on while Hood and I were having our conversation.
No, because River wanted to listen in, so she was sitting next to Michael.
Damn.
Having him
I'm going to look over to River. You don't say anything to her. I will.
River would just be like, have fun making out, and would run away. Like, that's how she would deal with that.
Well, I imagine I get up the stairs. Do I see the two of them?
No, River, like, zoomed away. Probably as soon as you walk up the stairs, you see River literally, like, exit the room.
Okay, so then I turn and I look at him and I just go, Do you know when dinner is?
I think Oswald went out to go get some stuff. But I mean, if you want to make something right now, we can make something right now.
No, I'm fine.
I don't think you can.
Oswald comes through communicator. And I go, thanks, I'm just gonna go find my room now, and then walks in a direction.
I'd like to think that you walked in the direction that River did, so what River does is she stops you, turns you around, and pushes you back out towards Michael.
And I look at her, and I, like, grab onto her wrist, and I pull her into a room. This is where it ends. This is where it turns, and you end up finding out that Remi's in love with River the whole time.
River, Zach, and Remi, polycule.
I was actually going to make that joke. throw Michael in there, too.
Okay.
Four-way polycule.
Yeah.
Why not?
No, River's just like, go back out there.
I just want to point out that while all that's happening, Oswald's just like out. He's out getting food, like I said before.
In
but
the
he's
grocery
also,
store, and he just turns to an android and goes, "What kind of milk do you recommend?"
And then they just start listing off different, like, hundreds of different kinds of milk that they have because it's the future. And I'm like, What?
There's almond milk. There's cashew milk.
I will like to say that it did start raining with their automatic rain system. So
oh my god, wouldn't that have been great? As soon as like she says you're not going to be good enough for me, that's when it started raining.
That would be actually, yeah.
That
Allie,
would
does
have
that
been
happen?
so good. She comes up the stairs and like she's like half soaked.
Yeah,
I like
but no,
how I just
River
heard
definitely.
dice.
I'm trying to close out the episode, guys. River turns Remi around to push her out to Michael.
And I stop her and I go, I can't.
River's like, what the fuck do you mean you can't?
And
then River like looks at her in her face and she's like, I'm gonna be really harsh right now. Be prepared.
I look at her and I just like tears kind of come to Remi and she goes, I can't.
Remi, I mean this in the best way possible. I mean this in the absolute best fucking way possible. You need to stop being a little pussy.
I look at her and I go, I understand that. And I'm not being a pussy because I'm going to admit to you something right now that I can't even admit out into the universe right now. So I need you to listen.
I mean, you are admitting it out into the universe. If you're admitting it to me, I am the worst one at keeping secrets, and you know this.
And I look at her and I go, I need you to keep this a secret.
I will do my best, but I make no promises.
I look at her and I go, I'm going to tell you something real right now. And I couldn't even do that to Celeste when Celeste asked me.
Yeah, you said something about some clown shit. She told me about that. It was a weird night.
Yes, and I am afraid of clowns, but I'm going to tell you something real, and I'm going to tell you something true, and it is something that you've been wanting me to say and admit to myself, and I'm trying to do that right now, River.
You're in love with Michael.
I go, yes, but it can't happen.
Why not?
And Remi goes, and this is the real part, and she goes, because I'm afraid that I'm going to lose him.
Bitch, have you seen my fucking track record?
I go, not like that. And she goes, because the last confrontation I had with Peter, he made it very clear that he is willing to kill anyone that I care about. And I have already, and she kind of like pauses on it for a moment and she goes, I have already lost my mom to this. And if I lost you, or if I lost Oswald, or if I lost Michael.
Here's the thing, Remi, and I mean this with all like the most like honesty I can give you, is that we're in the middle of a war. And if you leave this world without telling the people you love that you love them, there's going to be major regrets, and you're going to just haunt this place for the rest of time. And it's just going to be real annoying. And there's supposed to be no paranormal shit in this game, and the game god said there's no paranormal, but you're going to make there be paranormal shit in this game, and we can't do that.
I know.
You can't hold on to shit like this right now. And if I held on to shit like this, I would have never... Remi, my literal track record is that I came from Astoria. She meddled with my brain. Not once, twice. Twice this bitch did this. I got captured twice. And neither of them were fun for me. A lot of people died. I also lost my mom. I never even got to know her. I have to now talk to my dad, who I don't know his personality is like. I haven't even spoken to the man. He hasn't spoken to me. There is no communication there. I am so scared, but I know I need to do it. I need to do it quickly because we probably don't have that much time. The clock is ticking, girl. We can't do this.
I look at her and I go, from the text messages that I've been getting from Adrena, your dad's pretty cool.
That's cool. I'm so happy Adrena talks to you. I think Adrena's scared of me, but that's fine.
I think Adrena is just a weird mixture of being sexually attracted to you because of the fear concept, but also knowing that you're a cool cool person, so it's like a weird mixture with that.
I feel like Adrena's a weird mix between you and me, man, and it makes me real uncomfortable. I'm gonna be very honest.
I know, but I have money put down, and I have betted with multiple people that she's going to end up with Simon, so I need you to not fuck this up for me.
I don't understand what. Okay, how about this then? How about this? I have so many bets that you're going to go out there and kiss Michael right now. Do not fuck this up for me, you goddamn psychopath.
Right in that moment, River's phone buzzes with a text from Oswald. Did they do it yet?
Okay. And she goes, okay. If I do this and it backfires on me, you are not my sleeping buddy anymore.
Okay, that's fine. Michael will be.
I can't think about moving in with the boy yet. That's too weird.
Well, technically, you've been living with him for a while now.
Yeah.
I can't think about sharing a room with a boy.
High school.
She goes, okay. If I'm doing this one brave thing, you need to do one brave thing.
What's my brave thing?
You are going to pick up that phone and you are going to call your dad.
I feel like I said this very same thing to you a few weeks ago.
And I did.
I feel attacked.
I did do that and it did not end up well.
So why did you think it makes me want to do it?
Because your dad is cooler than mine. And I want to be adopted by your dad, and I'm too old, and I've already looked into it.
As somebody who was adopted, not how it works, but
I am way past the age of being able to be legally adopted.
Incorrect.
Okay, I will call him tomorrow. You do this today.
And then Remi turns, and I'm praying to God he is still out on like the balcony area where it's raining.
How funny it would be if he was with the mango trees. I'm kidding.
He's playing with the bees.
Oh my God, is he playing with the outdoor bees?
I don't know, Michael. What the fuck are you doing?
Michael, what are you doing?
I thought you were talking to.
No, I'm asking where Hood is so I can go and give him the kiss. Where the fuck are you, asshole?
Yes, I am out. Yes, I am out in the rain.
Out in the rain.
Getting soaked.
Oh my
Just
God.
a bad boy. He has a shield. He can shield himself. He
Exactly.
isn't.
It's like an umbrella right now over him.
Okay, so I think this would be really funny. So then Remi goes, all right, and then gives River a kiss on the forehead and then runs out to like the balcony area, and she sees like Hood like slowly making his way up the steps, and it looks like that like the Pride and Prejudice scene of the whole like the running in the rain and all that kind of stuff. And she like runs past, like she's like running down, and he's like, oh my God, she's coming back for me.
Really?
And
It just looks like a wet blanket.
Runs past
like
him as quick as she can, and she's like running towards Michael. Just like, running towards him.
I assume that I can hear her footprint, her footsteps.
I would also like to say that Remi has water powers and can definitely keep the water off of her. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's more romantic in the rain, goddammit.
I was gonna say it's more cinematic in the rain. Don't do it.
Yeah, it is.
What kind of music is playing in the background, by the way?
Oh, it's definitely that like swelling music that's in Pride and Prejudice of when it's the first proposal scene and she's like in the rain, and then it's the scene of him like, and then it's him walking in the field towards her, and it's just a whole Pride and Prejudice moment.
I am already a burden to my parents.
I'm 27 years old.
No prospect.
I'm unwed.
No, here's the thing. That like scene was on TikTok, just like, and there was like check marks going off of it, and I showed it to my mom, and she was like, "That's not funny," because that's literally the situation I'm in right now.
And I'm already a burden to my parents. I love Pride and Prejudice. It's my favorite movie, bro. She runs to him.
Do the scene, and then we'll close out.
She runs to him.
Michael turns around
in full beekeeper gear.
Yeah.
Please don't be in full beekeeper gear.
He's definitely not.
Okay.
But he's back in his regular street clothes.
And she stops in front of him and she looks at him and she goes, "Were you serious about before?"
Yeah, I was.
And she goes, "I already know that you are the kind of person who is willing to go through a storm for me."
Yeah. I mean, he's going to put his hand out and have the raindrops fall on his hand.
And she goes, "You had me when you yelled at me about how it took me 28 minutes to open up a goddamn door." And she jumps into his arms and kisses him.
I would like to say that was the very first thing that you have ever said to Remi was it took you 28 minutes to open a door.
Yup. I kiss him.
He's turning beet red and his eyes get really wide for a second because he's surprised and he's like, okay, I can handle this.
Anime moment.
Yep. The whole anime scene.
Mm-hmm.
And then they fuck in the rain.
And then it fades to black, bitches. That's a rule.
I take it back. That's canon now.
Woo! I did it.
Hey, hi, hello, friends. It's me again. So sorry about the part 1 of this just like not working out and us not having time to re-record it. It was a little bit of a curveball, and I cannot express how sorry I am. So I give you Michael and Remi content as an I'm sorry gift. As another I'm sorry gift, if you remember our guests from a lot episodes back, Maps and Quest and the Space Jamber Amber are actually going to be back on Dice Drop May 19th when our next episode is. Make sure you're following all of our socials like dice_drop on Twitter or follow us on Discord for when shit like this happens. I'm sorry again, guys. This is awkward and I'm just gonna go. Okay, bye, love y'all.